Managing money sounds simple. But for many people it feels difficult, not because the concept is complex, but because habits are far more powerful than knowledge. Most financial problems do not begin with low income, they begin with poor financial behavior repeated over time. The good news is that improving money management does not require perfection, it only requires consistency and awareness. The first important step is tracking spending, because most people do not actually know where their money goes each month. Small purchases feel harmless in the moment, but over time, they accumulate into significant financial leakage without being noticed. Tracking expenses creates awareness of these patterns, and awareness naturally creates control over decisions. When spending becomes visible, money stops disappearing blindly and starts becoming manageable. The second principle is spending less than you earn, which sounds obvious, but is often ignored in real life. Many people increase their lifestyle every time their income rises, which slowly creates financial pressure even at higher salaries. Living below your means creates a financial surplus, and that surplus becomes the foundation for future growth. It gives breathing room, stability, and the ability to plan instead of constantly reacting. The third tip is building an emergency fund, because unexpected expenses are a normal part of life rather than rare events. Without savings, even small emergencies can turn into serious financial stress that forces debt or difficult decisions. An emergency fund creates stability and reduces emotional pressure during uncertain times. Even small savings consistently built over time can provide powerful protection against financial shocks. The fourth important habit is avoiding unnecessary debt, especially high interest or emotionally driven borrowing that offers short-term satisfaction but long-term burden. Not all debt is harmful, but uncontrolled spending through credit cards or impulse purchases can quietly trap financial progress. Smart money management focuses on intentional spending instead of emotional reactions. Every financial decision should support stability rather than weaken it. The fifth step is investing consistently, because saving alone is not enough to build long-term wealth. Sitting idle slowly loses value over time due to inflation and missed opportunity. Investing allows money to grow through compounding, where returns generate more returns over time. Even small but regular investments can grow significantly when maintained with discipline and patience. The sixth principle is automating finances, because automation removes emotional decision-making from money management. Automatic savings, automatic investments, and automatic bill payments help maintain consistency without relying on daily discipline. This system ensures that positive financial habits continue even when motivation is low. Over time, automation becomes one of the strongest tools for building financial stability. The seventh idea is thinking long-term, because most financial mistakes come from focusing only on short-term comfort. Financial success requires delayed gratification, future planning, and the ability to prioritize long-term stability over immediate satisfaction. Skills, investments, and disciplined habits all grow in value when given enough time. Long-term thinking transforms money decisions from emotional reactions into strategic actions. Another important concept is budgeting, which is often misunderstood as restriction but is actually direction. A budget does not limit freedom. It organizes money so that every amount has a purpose. Without a budget, money feels random and uncontrolled. But with a budget, financial decisions become structured and intentional. It creates clarity instead of confusion about spending behavior. Comparison is another hidden factor that affects financial health more than people realize. Many individuals overspend not out of need, but out of pressure to match others' lifestyles, appearances, or social expectations. Cars, clothing, travel, and status symbols often influence financial decisions more than logic. True wealth building requires independence from comparison and confidence in personal financial goals. Financial education also plays a major role, because understanding how money works directly influences behavior and decisions. Learning about saving, investing, debt management, and assets helps reduce costly mistakes that come from ignorance. Knowledge builds confidence, and confidence leads to better long-term financial choices. The more a person understands money, the more control they gain over it. Another key principle is consistency over intensity, because extreme financial changes rarely last long. Many people try to save aggressively or change habits suddenly, but eventually return to old patterns. Small habits maintained consistently over time create far more stability than short bursts of discipline. Wealth is built through systems that work quietly every day, not dramatic short-term efforts. Financial peace is another important goal, because money management is not only about accumulating wealth, but also about reducing stress and increasing control over life decisions. Stability allows better thinking, better planning, and better emotional balance. A calm financial situation often matters more than sudden wealth without structure. True financial success includes peace of mind. The final truth is discipline, because financial success rarely comes from one major decision or lucky moment. Instead, it is built through thousands of small, consistent, and responsible choices made over time. Discipline protects progress, prevents mistakes, and ensures that good habits continue even when motivation is low. It is the foundation of every strong financial system. 3 major insights emerge from all of this. First, money management is built through habits, not one-time actions. Second, financial awareness naturally leads to financial control. Third, small, consistent decisions compound into long-term stability and wealth. The people who manage money effectively are not always the highest earners, but they are almost always the most disciplined, because discipline is what turns income into stability and stability into long-term freedom.